If you want to be able to hit like this in ranked seasons and this in Battle Royale, then you click the right video. Here are the 5 best hitting tips in MLB The Show that I can give you. Starting off with tip number 1 is gonna be patience. The best thing you can go into an at-bat with is a plan. If you fail to plan to fail. When I start off every single game that I play, doesn't matter if it's ranked, Battle Royale, whatever it is, I take the first 2 strikes with my first 3 batters. A lot of pitchers come in and they don't throw a whole lot of strikes. You can kind of get a feel for where they like to attack the zone, and they also get the vibe that you're a patient hitter. The other thing about patience is you got 3 strikes to work with. A lot of people don't realize that. You don't have to swing at every single pitch. You have 3 strikes for a reason. If somebody's throwing you a dot right here, a dot right here, dot on all the corners, you still got 2 more strikes to work with. That pitch right there, if my hand was on my controller, would be the best pitch that you can swing at. And the way to get more pitches like that is by taking pitches. The more pitches that your opponent throws, the more likely they are to make a mistake. So work those counts and take more pitches. Be patient. The most dangerous hitter is a hitter who can work the count and take pitches just off the plate. The best way to start by practicing that, a lot of people don't have that skill, truly, put your controller down for the first 2 strikes, and I promise you, your patience will get better. Tip number 2 is gonna be hunting the fastball. If a pitcher doesn't have a fastball, you wanna be hunting and sitting on their fastest pitch. So right now we're facing DeGrom. His fastest pitch is his 4-seam, which is 101. The reason you sit on the fastball is because if you can catch up to the fastball, you can adjust to the off speed. So right here, I'm gonna be sitting on the fastest pitch, and my goal is just to be on time right here. I don't even want you focusing on the PCI when you start out. I just want you to focus on timing. See right there, bottom left, you don't make contact, you're not moving your PCI, but you can see the good timing. And I would just take reps of this over and over until you can get your swing timing down on most of these pitches. Then you start to involve the PCI once you get your timing down. And there you go. It's a lot easier once you have your timing down. Tip number 3 is probably my biggest one for me, personally. This one is a 2-part tip. Part number 1 is gonna be thumb placement. So this is how you hold your controller. The 2 ways I've always done it is by taking my thumb and putting it very gently on the bottom of my controller. So that way you have really small and very, very easy movements. You're not in the middle and slamming your PCI around. You have a lot more control by just being soft and holding it this way. The one that I've been using for probably the past 3 months and I'm really liking going into MLB 25 is the claw grip. For me personally, I was struggling bad at one point and we switched over to this. You go up, down, left, right, and I have a lot better control than just my thumb going crazy. I don't know what it is, but I really like it and I recommend you give it a try. Part 2 is gonna be your equipment. If you're only gonna get one, every single top player in the game uses this and it's cheap as possibly can be. I'm not gonna take it off my controller because it's a pain in the ass to get back on, but precision rings. You can see right here that they just go right around the controller. And what this does is help you make smaller movements. You ever slam your PCI and want to slam your dick in a car door? This will save you, buddy. Before you do anything, start with green, work your way up to purple when you need it. And then if you really do need it, work your way up to black. Green is the easiest one. Purple is the medium one, and then black is the hard one. These are $10 and the best investment you can make to improve your hitting game and overall just game throughout gaming. You can find those linked in the description down below, and you can use code PLAYFUL to save yourself 12% on these. I've been using these guys for years, man. I've used a Control Freak the entire time I've been gaming, and we finally just partnered up with them this year, and I love them. The current Control Freak that I'm using, you can also find linked down in the description below. This is a purple Galaxy for the PS5. You can get them on Xbox as well, whatever console you have, or you can try a Control Freak that, you know, maybe I don't have on right now. This one is more personal preference. Precision rings are an absolute must, in my opinion. Now let me show you. So look how small and easy my movements are. You don't really see me going like, you know, flying around, like going boom, boom, corner to corner. You still can, but this just helps you be a little bit more slower and a little bit more precise, I would say, more than anything. Just a little bit slow right here. And you get one down the middle, and that kind of helps me. I feel like a lot of people have a problem on pitches down the middle, launching their PCI. this won't allow you to do it. That's the best reason I love these. Now, tip number 4 is gonna be reading the pitch out of the pitcher's hand. And what I mean by this is a lot of the player base, I would say 90%, read the pitch while it's in midair. You're already catching up, trying to get your PCI there and get yourself on time. If you can see it right as it's coming out of the hand, you have an advantage that 90% of the player base probably doesn't. The way I do this is I look at the pitcher's hat, and then right there, transfers to his hand, and you can just get a better view of the pitch. You can track it all the way rather than, it's almost like you're doing this. Watch this. Let me close my eyes, wait till he throws the ball, then you're trying to react. You know what I mean? You're catching it in midair. It's fucking hard to do, man, even for me. That's where I get the advantage of tip number 4, is looking at the pitcher's hat, his face, whatever. See it right out of the hand. I know that's a ball. I know that's a curveball. I saw it right as it came out of his pitcher's hand. Same thing here. It helps a lot with hunting the fastball. Helps me be on time, helps me adjust to whatever off speed is coming, and just has a lot more time to move your PCI and take a good swing. So mess around what works for you. For me, I use the pitcher's cap. Other people use the pitcher's face. Whatever that may be, there's a bunch of different ones, but try to pick it up before that pitch is released and in midair. Tip number 5, and my final tip today, is where to start your PCI. This entire time, I've been starting it in the middle. And yeah, that works for me sometimes. Sometimes I love to anchor my PCI low, and here's why. You have bases loaded, 1 out, right? You got to think about this situation. Would you rather have a fly ball or a ground ball? Fly ball. 10 times out of 10. The other reason I like to do this is I honestly think, for me, it leads to more home runs because you're getting under the ball, going up on it rather than slamming it down. And I think a lot more players online pitch low consistently rather than high. I like it because I'm able to get to the corners down here and really just elevate on certain pitches. I love it. But if you do start in the middle, if you're struggling with down low, I totally get it, man. I understand. And it honestly has its advantages. The thing about starting in the middle is you can get to every single place. Not hard at all. Like, that's not a great swing, but you're still able to get corner to corner with just simply sliding your PCI just a little bit. The one I've been working with for a couple months now is definitely starting my PCI low, and it's led to more home runs. I think it's led to just overall better hitting. But I don't have any problem with starting your PCI in the middle either. Give both of these a try, man. I would say for about a week each, and let me know what you think. So the problem I have a lot with the same-handed pitcher to the same-handed batter is getting inside. For whatever reason, it's very hard for me to start in the middle and work my PCI inside and low. So I like to start it low, and then if I get something inside, you just go up and in a little bit, and you're able to get to it a lot easier for me personally. Well, that's not a good example. I mean, that's still a great swing. You're already sitting on the curveball. All you have to do is be on time. All right, we're gonna set the pitches to inside right here, and I'm gonna show you what I mean in terms of just getting up and in. Okay, so I'm able to get underneath it. I'm able to just slightly move it and elevate it. Now let me start my PCI in the middle here. If I start my PCI in the middle, it's a little bit harder because I know this pitch is coming. Like, that's a great swing. But my entire point is it's just a lot easier for me with same-handed pitching. So my strategy and my recommendation to you guys, start your PCI in the middle if you like, but when it comes to same-handed, lefty-lefty matchup, righty-righty matchup, try to start your PCI low and see what it does for you. If you guys want to see 5 more tips in terms of hitting, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if we get 1,000 total likes on this video, I'll release another one as soon as we do. Subscribe to the channel or I'll seduce your mother, and I'll see you in the next one.